Lying along the west bank of the Mississippi River, lively St. Louis, the gateway city to the west, is one of Missouri and the Midwest's most gratifying cities to visit. Luckily for you, you're about to hear about the top 10 places to visit when you're spending time in the city, known as the Mother of the West. It might be the gateway to the west, but don't envision the old deserts like those seen in Tombstone or your regular John Wayne or Clint Eastwood movie. St. Louis is actually filled with plenty of pretty parks and green spaces. And you'll see a great deal of it traveling to the various amazing historic attractions, museums, and landmarks. Founded in 1764 and named after Louis IX of France, the Midwestern metropolis lies on the border with Illinois, and each of its unique neighborhoods boast their own unique identity. Thanks to its thriving arts and culture scene, great shopping and sports events, there's an abundance of things to do in the old St. Louis. It also has interesting landmarks that are unforgettable and architectural sites that are astonishing. Let's start off with the iconic Gateway Arch. Number 10. Gateway Arch. It's the city's standout symbol and sight as it glitters above the skyline. It's the tallest man-made monument in the Western Hemisphere, towering 623 feet. At the lofty observation area, visitors will witness the breathtaking views that truly takes one's breath away. The enormous gateway to the West Arch commemorates and celebrates the United States' westward expansion. In the museum, guests can learn about how it was erected in 1963 with displays covering the various individuals and peoples who shaped the history of the region. After enjoying the observation deck and snapping amazing photos from the summit, it's recommended that visitors spend time strolling around the Riverside Park at the foot of the arch. Now protected as a national park, it offers epic photos and views of the iconic arch soaring into the sky above, which you'll regret not taking advantage of. Number 9. St. Louis Art Museum. It's home to an enormous collection of paintings, photos, and sculptures. Located at the western end of Forest Park, St. Louis Art Museum is one of St. Louis's major tourist attractions. Here's a shocker. Its colossal collection spans 5 millennia, with its artifacts and artworks hailing from 6 different continents. It's perched atop a small hill overlooking a lake and occupies an elegant Beaux Arts building. About 34,000 or so works of extraordinary art are spread across its 3 floors. While some galleries delve into Islamic and Asian art, others display interesting pieces from ancient Egypt, the Americas, and Oceania. As for extensive lists, the museum hosts valuable artworks and a range of masterpieces by the likes of El Greco and Gauguin to Monet and Rembrandt. Number 8. Fabulous Fox Theatre. The Fabulous Fox Theatre is one of the most exquisite venues in the country to enjoy a Broadway show. Ironically, it first opened in 1929 as a movie palace. Today, its interior is decadently decorated with amazing Asian motifs, glittering ornamentation, and gigantic pillars surrounding the huge stage. Right in the Grand Center Arts District in Midtown, it is instantly distinguishable by its overgenerous Alhambra-esque exterior. As soon as one enters the grand lobby, the optical sensations go haywire from the crimson and gold decorations that makes it look like a magnificent Buddhist monastery. With magnificent views guaranteed from any seat in the amphitheater, the Fabulous Fox is a must-visit for any program like a play, a concert, or some comedy night shows. Number 7. Forest Park. When it comes to lovely landscape, scenery, and nature, Forest Park is the site to make your destination. The site of the 1904 World's Fair, it is now one of the largest city parks in the United States. And since location is everything for great venues, you'd be shocked to know that Forest Park is just a short drive from downtown. And it's actually quite enormous. It not only encompasses plenty of lakes and landscape gardens, it also plays host to museums, a theater, and a zoo. Besides checking out its umpteen attractions, locals and tourists can explore trails, go boating, and make use of the many playing fields. It has prairies and wetlands alongside countless monuments. And there's more. It also has an incredible Art Deco jewel box greenhouse. Forest Park truly does have it all. Number 6. Missouri History Museum. Located to the northern side of Forest Park, visitors can find the Missouri History Museum, and it's not difficult to spot. Not only does it have prestigious architecture, it shines a light on the state's history, culture, and nature. Established in 1866, its collection occupies the enormous Jefferson Memorial Building, as well as the lush grounds and gardens lying all around it. In its entirety, its light and airy galleries contain roughly 175,000 artifacts, with some sections actually focusing directly on how the state was settled. Other great pieces concentrate on specific exhibits. The 1904 World Fair is amongst the most popular alongside the Lewis and Clark Expedition and Charles Lindbergh's historic transatlantic solo flight. If you're a history buff, you'll go nuts seeing century-old objects from the Civil War and its stern statue of Thomas Jefferson. Let's just hope the woke mob hasn't torn the statue down by the time you arrive. Number 5. Cathedral Basilica of St. Louis. Also in the same vicinity, just a couple of blocks east of the picturesque park is yet another of the most beautiful buildings in the city. The awe-inspiring Cathedral Basilica of St. Louis has extraordinary exhibits of Neo-Byzantine architecture. As a matter of fact, the church is mostly known for its majestic mosaics that coat its interior. It was designated a basilica by Pope John Paul II in 1997. And today, the colossal cathedral with its chapels and crypt is just over 100 years old. While its phenomenal facade is flanked by 2 bell towers, its defining external feature is the enormous green dome that sits on top. The interior is another fascinating astonishment. More than 41 million colorful tiles cover almost every available surface. As one of the largest mosaics in the Western Hemisphere, it depicts religious figures and biblical scenes that have been ingrained in the history of Western culture. The Angel of Harmony statue outside is probably the #1 attraction on the grounds. Number 4. Laumeier Sculpture Park. Since we love parks, here's another jaw-dropper. The Laumeier Sculpture Park is just a 20-minute drive southwest of downtown St. Louis. It's a stunning space that has around 70 large-scale outdoor sculptures along winding hiking trails and an indoor gallery. Founded in 1975, its gorgeous green spaces and wide-open areas are now dominated by all kinds of eclectic art installations. As well as strange shapes and silhouettes, there is a giant eyeball, huge deer, plus other thought-provoking pieces and colorful creations that will take up all your storage space on your phone, as you'll be prompted to snap as many photos as possible. Notable artists who contributed works include Beverly Pepper, Mary Miss, and Vito Acconci. Even if you're not into art, it is still a pretty place to wander about and explore. Since the park also sometimes hosts concerts and community events, depending on your trip, you might be able to capture unique events. Number 3. The Magic House. It's a big hit favorite for families. A major cultural attraction that lies in the Kirkwood suburb of St. Louis in a massive Victorian-style mansion. The Magic House is fun because it is engaging. It is a museum where children can experiment and learn through hands-on activities. As educational as they are entertaining, its interactive exhibits cover everything from electricity and civic engagement to physical fitness and physics. Plus, the Rugrats will enjoy plenty of tunnels, climbing frames, and sandpits to explore alongside playgrounds on a sparkling waterfall patio. Children are sure to never get bored at this museum, and there's always something to learn. On top of inventing things in its STEAM Center, young ones can paint and make masterpieces in its art studio or design buildings at its Kids Construction Zone, which has proven to be a big hit with future engineers. Number 2. St. Louis Zoo. The St. Louis Zoo is superb. As a matter of fact, it is widely regarded as one of the best in the States, and therefore North America. Also located in Forest Park, it impressively boasts over 14,000 animals, birds, and reptiles of almost 500 different species. It was first opened in 1910. Now, the state-of-the-art zoo has massive indoor and outdoor enclosures that perfectly replicate the animals' natural habitats. While strolling about, you'll not only see elephants and giraffes, but alligators, Komodo dragons, penguins, and polar bears. Besides huge aviaries and a herpetarium, there are also amazing animatronic dinos and fascinating live feeding sessions for that downright personal experience with the animals. A little known fact: St. Louis Zoo is very highly rated for its conservation work. And regarding amenities, there are snack stands, souvenir shops, and picnic spots that are perfect for recess before continuing the adventure. Number 1. Busch Stadium. For big thrills and sporting spectacles, one must catch a Major League Baseball game at Busch Stadium. This gigantic and incredible arena is a downtown venue that is home of the city's St. Louis Cardinals. It is routinely praised for its excellent sightlines, spacious seats, and electrifying atmosphere. The red brick ballpark was completed in 2006, and it stands to remain a location for action-packed games for the next few decades, if not century. On top of the arena spectacles, fans can also bask in fine views of the city's sparkling skyline and gateway arch in the background. In addition to seeing statues of famous former players outside, visitors can try out some of the ballpark's village's innumerable eateries and entertainment options. Year-round, there are sports to enjoy like exciting soccer matches, hockey games, and concerts. Now that you know the best spots to visit in Old St. Louis, when are you headed there? Comment below.